Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're joined with UmbraKin. Say hello, UmbraKin.
Hello.
Okay, today we're going to be reacting to my old Paragon clips. So, let's get into it.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating.
For those of you who don't know what Paragon is, basically it was a third-person MOBA shooter is what they classified it as. And it's basically just like Smite, if you've ever seen Smite, League of Legends, that kind of game. And it was a really high quality MOBA in my experience. This was my first MOBA technically I kind of played. The only difference from Smite in League of Legends is that it didn't have an item shop. It actually had a card system, so you would have to build to like the amount of card points is what they used to call it. And right here we're starting off with me playing the Fae as support. Even like the hit system was better, don't you think?
Everything about this game was better. Look at, like, it's something that I feel like Smite cannot get close to is the graphics in this game. Everything just looks so much better.
I miss FaZe.
FaZe was one of my favorite. What were they called in this game? Champions?
I think
No.
so.
No, was it Champions? Was it Guardians? I can't remember.
That's my ult right there. Look how beautiful that ult is.
Let's not talk about FaZe all.
Faye was so OP. I'm the support, by the way. You mean I'm the carry? The fuck?
Well, Faye was technically a mid laner.
She was a mid laner, but very like high damage support.
She was the direct counter to my favorite character that I used to play.
Yes, which was Wukong.
Wukong was amazing. I'm hoping you have some clips with a Wukong in it at least.
I'm not sure actually. One of my favorite parts about Paragon was that, did you just see that there? I just like legit climbed up a cliff, dropped down, went into another tower, and then just, it's so...
Yes.
The,
this is the only MOBA that I know of that had technically 3 dimension to its map.
Yep, it was so fun. And I love the animations for backing as well.
Everything's better. I think we've classified that. Clarified that.
Okay, this is the card point system here. You can see how it works. They did upgrade this a little bit to be a little bit more modern, which I do prefer the old card system, but I see why they did this in like for newer players.
I think it was very sleek, especially on its end days. The card system was very
It's a
refined.
lot better.
It was
the
very
reason
refined.
why people hated the old card system is because you actually had to play the game to get cards.
That's true. It wasn't very friendly towards new players,
Yes.
but again, I liked it.
I liked it too. And this game as well is you had to get lasted, so it's more like League of Legends in that sense. So I was just lowering the... Oh shit. Look at that. My Murdoch got a fucking kill across map. That was beautiful as well.
There's a
It's
Wukong
nice.
in this game. I just saw his thing pop up.
I think he... Oh yeah, he is on our team as well.
See, look at the minions in this. There's one thing I like about these minions. You see how the health bar highlights red when it's saying that you can one-shot it?
Yes.
And that bar would show up red for depending on how strong your basics are. Basically, if the game, identified that you could finish off that minion with one more basic, it would tell you.
Yeah.
And I think that was a really good system.
It also tells you how much minions were in the tower as well.
I know, I miss this game so much. There is currently like people trying to remake it with the assets they released, but it does not look like this yet in the slightest.
Yeah, it does not. Look at that Gideon ult. Ooh, and they all. No.
There wasn't as many characters in this game as there is in traditional MOBAs. But again, this game...
there was a few, to be
There was
honest.
quite a few, and there's more being released. Again, this game was shut down, and I think it could have done so much better if it had the right advertisements. I think that's its only problem. I want to see the Wukong come in at some point. There's definitely one in this game as soon as things pop up.
Look how cool this is.
Oh, there's a Wukong on both teams. How come we haven't seen one yet? Come on.
Because he's the soul winner thing.
Yeah, Wukong was normally a solo lane. You can see him saying he needs help, but no one goes and helps him.
What do you mean? Zing just said she was on her way. These are another things. There were the river buffs, which is basically like in every Smite and MOBA, like, but they were random. So you could get like a speed buff, you could get a damage buff, you could get any kind of buff, to be honest, in the middle. I think in League of Legends they just have like specific camps for each buff.
Yeah, this would be the XP buff.
Yeah, for the carry as well. So you just get gold from this one.
I don't know, there's something about the lanes and just the map in general being, you know, not flat like traditional MOBAs. It's just nice. It makes the game didn't even, but that's why they classified it as a shooter. It's more like a third-person shooter that has, you know, the MOBA style of, you know, characters with abilities and lanes. Everything else about it is a shooter style.
Yeah.
Why are you playing support? Why can't you just go to off lane and go help the Wukong?
Because I'm the support.
Wukong was such a great character.
Okay, no one cares about how much you love Wukong. Gang. Not to fair, Faye is here.
I feel like the thing with Paragon as well, it wasn't like, oh, there's the phase blind.
That wasn't the Faye, that was
Phase blind.
Oh,
That was
that's
her,
a
that's
Bellica ult.
That's a Bellica ult. You could hear that from anywhere.
Portal! Woo!
I forgot that your teammates could go through those.
Yeah.
See, this system with the vitality, agility, and intellect, it was good. So putting points into vitality, agility, or intellect would give you specific things. For example, vitality gives you HP and regen, while agility would give you speed and something else I can't remember. Attack. And then intellect would give you mana, like regen and that type of stuff.
Ability damage.
Yeah, was that ability damage? Yeah.
So basically all the mages
Oh, there's the Wukong with his airwalk. You see that? Wukong's abilities were amazing. He could literally walk in the air. He had two evasive moves.
Honestly, I don't remember the phase stun actually blinding your whole screen. I remember it being white.
No, it wasn't her stun. It's when she goes near you, she can do a radial blind around you.
Yeah, but it was white, wasn't it? I don't remember it just being pitch black. Like
I think
that.
it just blinded you. I can't remember. I know her root was a beam. That if she takes enough damage on you, she'll root you. And then her blind. So if any of you know Smite and you know Aphrodite, Phase is a little bit like her, where she can link to a person. Her major difference is that Phase could pull people. She could yank them.
She could
back.
yank them out of a fight, which was so fun. But I feel like in a game like Smite, it would be used more to be toxic than it was.
It would, yeah.
Actually help her teammate. To be honest, there wasn't a lot of people who abused that.
It wasn't. No, it was honestly used for, you know, tactics. But it's the same sort of style. They're very similar. Except for that yanking thing. The pulling people, it was amazing. I know, this game, even like, you see how when you were rooted? It was the visuals. It was so much more. You could tell you were rooted. It wasn't, you know, just simple things. You could tell. You could see the roots, like, literally grabbing you. This game did take skill. It take more skill than just what you built or the characters you played.
Yeah.
If you get ganked, you could always win that fight easily if you were just better than the people ganking you.
For sure.
This game was more strategic. Not strategic in a way as like, you know, lanes that old MOBAs are strategic. But it's strategic in the way that, oh, that Wukong.
He's like so obsessed with Wukong right now.
I miss it. There's no character like him. They did a perfect representation of Wukong.
Like I said, you can get random buffs, and you actually got like a
Invisibility. But the thing of invisibility in this game needs to be pointed out. People can still see you with awards.
Yes, which makes so much sense to me. I don't understand why you can't see people invisible with a ward.
There is a character in this game who's an assassin character that called Kalari, which could go fully invisible quite easily.
Like Loki, but you could see her. So if there was a Kalari on the enemy team, you just put some wards down. And even though she's invisible, you can see her. It just made so much sense. It incentivizes people to ward as well.
It would, yeah, and it would.
And if you don't ward, you'll get punished for it.
It will reward you for warding. Not that the Kalari become useless with wards, but
exactly, she didn't become useless. She still had like a teleport, like Loki does for her ult.
well, no, her ult was global.
Her ult was global, but she had like a teleport.
Think of a Athena ult and a Loki ult mixed.
Yes.
Which sounds really OP.
But not on people as well. It's only on the enemy. You can't like teleport to your teammates.
Yes, you can only teleport to the enemy. It sounds very OP, but it was quite balanced.
Yeah. I'm gonna die here. My whole teammates didn't like help me. I mean, at least they got him afterwards.
Go watch the Wukong. Oh, the Wukong's dead.
Wukong died first, actually. Because he's really squishy, even though
Wukong was a very specific character. He was even though he was used for offlaning and jungle, he was technically considered the carry.
Look at the minions. They're fucking up the quarter by themselves.
Yeah,
Every game, minions, every MOBA minions is a thing. Look at that. Look at that. The game's win by the minion wave. Alright, that was the end of that clip. We're gonna also watch me play some mid lane because I know support can be a little boring because you're technically not supposed to be getting killed, even though I used to play like hyper aggressive support. We're gonna watch me play some mid lane now. Okay, before we start, this character I'm playing here is called Zinx, and she was basically a mid offlane hybrid. So she was kind of like a warrior, but she had like kind of magical kind of abilities for her to flex in mid, so I'm playing her mid here. Alright, let's get started.
I gotta admit, I've never personally been a big fan of Lynx.
Oh, I loved her. She was so good.
That person in the opposite team, Morgesh,
Oh, Morgesh was OP.
was a very broken character.
Especially when she released, she was the most broken. I had a game where I went 35-0 with Morgesh.
Also, we're gonna point out the map. This Christmas snow map.
Oh yeah, it was like December, so they actually like changed the theme of the map and everything to like Christmassy, and they did it for Halloween and stuff as well.
What they did in Halloween, I can't remember.
They added like a fog and like pumpkins and stuff. Remember?
Who's in this game? Let's have a look. So there's you as a mid lane. There's Terra. Terra was the latest character before it was the last character they released.
Yes.
She was a support offlaner.
I think she was an offlaner.
Offlaner.
People played her support, but she's definitely an offlaner.
She was very tanky. Oh well, you can clearly see that she was the offlaner here because then they have a steal. The steal was definitely the support. Then there's a little bit of unconventional like characters here. Because that one is Aurora.
Actually, no. Terra was a jungler.
Terra was a jungler.
Yeah, Aurora was actually the offlaner. Aurora was like an offlaner kind of support as well.
Yeah, she was also a mid laner.
No, she was not.
Was she not?
No. She was a support offlaner.
And then there is Sparrow, which is the carry.
This is traditional carry.
Opposite team though also had a Terra. You can tell this is when Terra was released. I remember Terra being released during the like December and stuff with the snow map.
Yeah.
And you can see a lot of people playing her. Then
So how this character works, by the way, if you guys haven't tell. So she actually uses I think it's her mana to do those basic attacks that you just saw me doing, like their augmented basic attacks. And I basically do like a damage buff, like a dot damage with these basic attacks. And she also, like, if she took health damage, she also took mana. So her mana will heal her for health. So that's what made her an offlaner. So every time she got hit, if she had enough mana, it would reduce the damage and she'll get health from it. That's why she was like really tanky. And her ult basically hyperventilates that. What is that called? Like buffs that ability even more.
in the characters that you can see in this game, which one do you think is the most like special, the coolest character here? Because I know who I'm going to say.
What do you mean, like unique to Paragon?
Well, yeah, unique to Paragon, just a character you think is interesting.
That I wish they would add in a different MOBA.
No, just a character you think is interesting.
Honestly, Aurora is one of my favorite characters. She was really good. I've never seen any character like her.
That's fair. Well, the character I think I really like, I never played them myself much, but I think is Wraith, which is in the opposite team.
I hated Wraith.
Wraith is not that he's not exactly unique. There is characters that have the same sort of things in Smite, for example, as he was able to glitch back in time, or not back. Well, technically back in time, but he could glitch back to like a place he was a few seconds ago. And he had multiple things like that. He had a ability where it allowed him to shoot through walls. He basically, his weapon was glitched and could shoot through walls. That was his whole character's thing. It was like technology. He had a weapon that could shoot through walls. He had, he could see invisible people and stuff like that, couldn't he?
No.
You have like a special vision thing.
Oh no, his ult actually took the whole team invisible. In a
Oh
radius.
yeah, that's it. He made the whole team invisible around him. As his ult, yeah. He was very unique. And he is, I'm guessing, the carry of the opposite team. I feel like leveling up in this game was very satisfying.
I haven't watched these clips from since I've recorded them, so this was back in like, what's it called? Like, when did Paragon close down? Like,
some time ago now.
like 2015, maybe 14.
I think you're way over the top in how long it closed down. Not even close to that. It's like 2018 or something.
Really? I'm not sure. You're actually blind reacting to these.
Well, I definitely haven't watched them. I wish you experienced them when you recorded them.
Look at that, easy kills.
There's an invisible buff.
These buffs also gave you mana and stuff as well. As you can see, my mana is like skyrocketing. And I think she actually had like an easier time getting mana as well because of her whole like passive ability of like flexing health into mana.
So I just checked, and 2018. I better right on the dot. April 26,
Honestly,
2018.
this game felt like forever ago.
It did. It really did. I want to play it again, but there's no way of doing it. It's gone.
You would think, you know, Epic made enough money off of Fortnite. Let's just open it back.
People would play this game. This
Yep.
game was not advertised like Fortnite was.
Yep.
You see Fortnite everywhere. But
Yep.
did anyone ever heard of Paragon? No. If you didn't,
To the point that when actually Fortnite came out, it was advertised in Paragon, like super hard.
it was, yeah.
It was like, oh, you could get, I think it was like a skin or something for even downloading Fortnite. They never did that for Paragon. They're like, oh, you can get a Fortnite skin for downloading Paragon. No, it was the opposite way around. You know what I mean? So people who were playing Paragon were then incentivized to go play Fortnite just to get like this skin or whatever.
The thing with this game is it had also another bad combo. It wasn't the friendliest game to new players.
Yes.
And on top of that, you wouldn't get experienced players playing Paragon because they would be devoted to League of Legends or Smite.
Yeah.
Because the people who play League of Legends and Smite, they're the type of people who go, that's it, this is the MOBA, this is my favorite, I'm loyal to this. So they wouldn't go and play another MOBA. And the people you would get playing MOBA wouldn't be able to get into it because the game wasn't very friendly to new players.
The thing is, I feel like MOBAs aren't friendly to new players.
They're not.
That's the whole thing about MOBAs. You go into League of Legends and you're like stuck with almost 200 characters. You know what I mean? Paragon had like, let's say, approximately like 30 characters. I feel like that's a lot easier to, what's it called? To learn.
Honestly, I don't think the game was too bad to friendly players compared to, you know, as you point out, certain things with other MOBAs. Oh, there you go. Rafe just made the whole team invisible.
I think I liked her so much because she was just basic attacks, and I didn't fucking mess my basic attacks.
Okay, do you wanna go rewind this video and see how many times you
We
missed?
can rewind the video, and trust me, I
don't think there's any
missed
need.
less basic attacks than you ever would. And half the time
Oh,
I missed basic, I did miss that. That was a stun.
You hit the stun after. Let's count. I'm not actually gonna watch every single basic you fire here. Oh, you missed. Oh wait, damn, you actually hit it. Damn it.
I was actually pretty fucking good.
What is that? Is that you shouting in the background in this
shouting
video?
that I just got a quadra kill. And they surrendered.
They
from that.
surrendered, and that is game.
Yeah, boy. I was fucking people up, man. Okay, and that was the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire.